With the seeming doom loop of the last couple of days behind us, is Bitcoin once again going to rally back to six figures? Well, two women seem to have an agenda that is going to push Bitcoin to even higher prices. We're going to be breaking down exactly what Cathie Wood and Hester Peirce had to say in relation to both Bitcoin reserves, what the price could be, and more importantly, when it's coming. If that's something you like the sound of, you want to stay ahead of everyone else in this market, guess what? Hit that subscribe button and don't forget, smash a like on this video if you enjoy this type of content. With that being said, let's get into this video. So everybody knows Cathie Wood is a pretty big Bitcoin bull. In fact, the ARK Invest CEO celebrated her daring forecast as a double down on her prediction that Bitcoin could easily exceed $1.5 million by 2030. We actually heard Matt Hogan, the CIO of Bitwise, giving his view specifically on Bitcoin price as well. So what is she saying? Well, look, she anticipates a flurry of mergers, acquisitions among startups and regulatory changes accompanying a Trump administration. And we've talked about that a lot on this channel. She's ultimately giving her view specifically around the FTC, or the Federal Trade Commission, as they expect both a pivot on the expectation of the US government. This could be very bullish for anyone involved in cryptocurrency, but more importantly, in the adoption at the business sector. When we talk about price discovery, this is kind of where you get real, true institutional buying with absolute retail FOMO coming on. She observed that they would generate liquidity options for venture capitalists. Her enthusiasm stretches beyond corporate trends into the cryptocurrency realm. Wood once again voiced her long-term confidence in Bitcoin, highlighting its limited supply of 21 million coins as a key strength and drawing parallels between Bitcoin and gold. She clarified that while escalating gold prices encourage more production, Bitcoin's set supply protects it from such dynamics, Wood told Bloomberg. So this is obviously very bullish. And what I want to just draw your attention to is the regulatory easing. The fact that she talks about a shift at the Federal Trade Commission, and we already know there is an expectation at the SEC that it will become more cryptocurrency friendly. In fact, Hester Peirce talking about early improvements for crypto ETFs under new leadership. Now, remember, the Bitcoin ETFs have been the most successful ETFs in history. So when we talk about improvement to those, it can only foster even more institutional money. Yes, you may think right now in our little corner of the world, a $3.5 trillion ecosystem is big, but in the grand scheme of things, it's absolutely minute. And this just shows the upside potential coming. Crypto exchange trading funds such as in-kind redemptions and staking permissions for Ethereum products are likely to happen. Imagine that, an ETF generating revenue by staking Ethereum, or more importantly, by giving the in-kind redemptions to its holders. Hester Peirce shared during an interview with Coinage that matters may arrive for a regulatory review as soon as Paul Atkins takes the role of chairperson. Quote, "I'm open to reconsidering both in-kind redemptions and staking to think about it again, how you can allow people to design the products in a way that is most useful to the investors in these products." And this could absolutely shift the dynamic when it comes to staking platforms, when it comes to people locking up value in cryptocurrency. We may not even see as big a bear market as we've seen before. This is all very, very bullish. And you may be thinking, okay, hold on a minute, 2Bit. If all of this is bullish, why is the price doing what the price is doing? Well, understand the macro impacts before you start to see what happens to the price. So for example, basically 62% of traders went long today on Bitcoin. Very interesting indeed, given the massive correction we had. Given the, you have to go and look at YouTube to understand how many people are calling for the end of the bull market. And yet traders, for some reason, are going long. And even if people are telling you, yes, I took some profits, that's sensible, I would absolutely expect them to be back in trades pretty soon as the market continues to warm into this big bull run cycle. And I think there's much more to go. The SEC Commission easing up on crypto regulations, crypto scarcity, and many other people being absolutely dialed into purchasing. And more importantly, ETF volume is flowing in as well. So even though Cathie Wood's bullish in the short term, well, she's just hedging a bet. One big thing to note here, BlackRock did not buy any Bitcoin today. 18,000 though over the course of the last 7 days. But watch out. My view is BlackRock are just letting to see what happens to the market, understanding where we're going to see it before coming back in. Well, let's take a look at the price right now on Bitcoin. This uptrend that we've now had for a significant time is a key level we need to be aware of. You can see it here on the chart as this continues to push. Now, yes, we broke it here as well as breaking that 20-day exponential moving average. We actually came down perfectly, as I talked about yesterday, to hit the 50-day exponential moving average with a very strong bounce off that. As we get this regulatory stuff coming out of the SEC, Hester Peirce, etc., this was a good bounce to have. Where do I want to see the candle close? Well, look, we've 12 minutes left. Green is good, given the wick down to here, 91,000, pretty crazy. And then tomorrow, I want to see us retesting this horizontal line. I want to see us to back above the uptrend sloping line. This is going to be around 100,000. It's going to be a big ask through the weekend. But as I talked about in my live streams, you only have to look at some of the altcoins that are dragging this market up. And I think we could definitely see a little bit of relief, a little bit of push in Bitcoin, and more importantly, a further uptrend going into next week. And everyone can just breathe a sigh of release, calm down, and ultimately wait for further upside moves to come. But let me know what you think of Cathie Wood's view. Let me know what you think of Hester Pierce. This could be incredibly bullish for Bitcoin and one in which we absolutely need to stay plugged into. So make sure you hit that like button, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you are dialed in. And until next time, I'll see you very soon. Take care.